Hi, it's Daddy. Says that I'm live. This would be my plant stream of the week. I normally do them on Friday, but it's a little busy yesterday, just getting stuff for the weekend and whatnot. But I'm here today to do my stream, and it'll be on radishes. So pretty. It's always hard to tell which way to move with this. Stage left, stage right. Um, yeah, radishes today, so pretty excited for that. I like radishes a lot. Give me give me one sec. I'm going to share this just because, it's always fun to have live viewers in the chat because then I can talk to people and I'm not just talking to myself, but people seem to enjoy me talking to myself, I guess. But, if you're watching this, it's not really like I'm talking to just me. But one sec. My phone is a little bit slow right now, but I hope everyone is having a good week. And I will be doing my story time tonight. That was another thing I didn't get to yesterday. It was just, yeah, very busy day. And if my phone cooperates, I can share this and we can get rolling. I know the start of my videos are probably always just a little bit boring while I share share this. I need to get better about um, sharing it while or sharing it like making a thing for it and then sharing it before. But it's all work in progress. It's all good. Doesn't really bother me. And I'm almost done. Awesome. Okay, I think we're good to go. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about radishes because I personally am trying to get a ton of plants started and ready to go in ground. I'm up in the Pacific Northwest, best place that there is to be, I think. We have great weather here and it's quite nice. And but we have long cold season, so the frost is just about to end up here, and so yeah, the ground is workable, but sometimes it can be, if your frost is too intense, it can still wipe out your plants. But also sometimes your plants will grow better if you plant them outside and they get really hardened to the cold weather, and some of them will grow incredibly well regardless of the cold. So, sometimes you just have to plant the seed and hope for the best, or plant 10 seeds and maybe 7 of them will grow, and who knows what. It's really fun to plant the seed and try. But yeah, radishes are a really awesome plant to plant right now because so the seeds are pretty big on them, and so you plant one seed and you get one radish. You can eat the greens, and and yeah, and they're really good raw or roasted, so they're super good. And the cool thing about radishes is they grow in about a month. They from seed to harvest, so they're a really quick growing plant. And so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and we're gonna read about radishes and learn little bit more about them. And yeah, hopefully you try and plant some radishes too, because they're really delicious, and yeah, it's wonderful to be able to grow something in 1 month and eat it. So it's a very quick harvest plant. Okay, so radish. Here's a picture of a radish. They come in all different colors, really pretty. I like yeah, I like that they're really nice and bright red, but I got some very nice white ones as well. And yeah, they come in all different colors, but they're a lot of fun. Okay, so this article is about the common summer radish. The radish is an edible root vegetable of the family Brassicas that was domesticated in Asia in pre-Roman times. Radishes are grown and consumed throughout the world, being mostly eaten raw as a crunchy salad vegetable with bite. There are numerous varieties, varying in size, flavor, color, and length of time they take to mature. Radishes owe their sharp flavor to the various chemical compounds produced by the plants, including glucosinolate, myro, myrosinase, and isothiocyanate. They are sometimes grown as companion plants and suffer from few pests and diseases. They germinate quickly and grow rapidly, common smaller varieties being ready for consumption within a month, while larger daikon varieties take several months. Being easy to grow and quick to harvest, radishes are often planted by novice gardeners. Another use of radish is as a cover or catch crop in winter or as a forage crop. Some radishes are grown for their seeds. Daikon, for instance, may be grown for oil production. Others are used for sprouting. Yeah, so if you don't like radishes. You can grow them as a microgreen, and so you can do that with all kinds of leafy items. So you just put it in a little bit of soil, and you can make a little greenhouse kind of thing. I have a just a like kind of a Tupperware garden container with a lid, and so I'll fill that with soil and put lettuce greens or mixed salads or whatever. But you can do radish sprouts as well, and you just spread the whole seed pack over the container, and then put it under a light, water it, and then harvest it when the greens are about an inch or two tall. And yeah, and they're really good. They're a lot sweeter when they're greens. But yeah, radish greens do still have a like kind of a spicy bit of a bite to them. But yeah, it's a really good way to eat more greens and get get your radishes that way if you don't like radishes but do like salads. So yeah. The history. Varieties of radish are now broadly distributed around the world, but almost no archaeological records are available to help determine their early history and domestication. However, scientists tentatively locate the origin of Raphanus sativus in Southeast Asia, as this is the only region where truly wild forms have been discovered. India, central China, and Central Asia appear to have been secondary centers where differing forms were developed. Radishes enter the historical record in 3rd century BC. Greek and Roman agriculturalists, okay, we're moving, of the 1st century AD gave details of small, large, round, long, mild, and sharp varieties. The radish seems to have been one of the first European crops introduced to the Americas. A German botanist reported radishes of 100 pounds and roughly 3 feet in length in 1544, although the only variety of that size today is the Japanese Sakurajima radish. The large, mild, and white East Asian form was developed in China, though it is mostly associated in the West with the Japanese daikon, owing to Japanese agricultural development and larger exports. Radishes are annual or biennial brassicaceous crops grown for their swollen taproots, which can be globular, tapering, or cylindrical. The root Skin color ranges from white through pink, red, yellow, green to black. Red, purple, yellow, green, and green to black. I don't know why that sounded weird. But the flesh is usually white. The roots obtain their color from anthocyanins. Red varieties use the anthocyanin pelargonidin as a pigment, and purple cultivars obtain their color from cyanidin. Smaller types have a few leaves about 13 centimeters long with round roots up to 2.5 centimeters in diameter or more slender, long roots up to 7 centimeters long. Both of these are normally eaten raw in salads. A longer root form, including oriental radishes, daikon or mooli, and winter radishes, grows up to 60 centimeters long with foliage about 60 centimeters high with a spread of 45 centimeters. The flesh of radishes harvested timely is a crisp and sweet, but is harvest. I'm so sorry. I lost my train of thought there for a sec. Even though I'm reading, I lost where I was. The flesh of radishes harvested timely is crisp and sweet, but becomes bitter and tough if the vegetable is left in the ground too long. Leaves are arranged in a rosette. They have a lyrate shape, meaning they are divided pinnately with an enlarged terminal lobe and smaller lateral lobes. The white flowers are borne on a racemose inflorescence. The fruits are small pods which can be eaten when young. All kinds of different radishes here. Green radish. Oh, it looks like a carrot. That's funny. It's like a gross green carrot. A daikon. Those are nice big white radish. Black radish. Almost looks like a dirty yam. What's this one? Nice purple radish. Yeah, I like radishes a lot. They're really good. I like them just fresh out of the ground. But yeah, I've heard roasted, they're really good too, which that's one of my favorite just kind of lazy dinners is just cut up a ton of veggies and roast them and eat a whole pan of veggies. That's really good. Really good. Let me see. Okay, I did not read. Yeah, cultivation. Radishes are what? Give me one sec. I want to see. No viewers in here. Okay. Radishes are a fast-growing annual cool season crop. The seed germinates in 3 to 4 days in moist conditions with soil temperatures between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Best quality roots are obtained under moderate day lengths with air temperatures in the range of 50 to 65 degrees. Under average conditions, the crop matures in 3 to 4 weeks, but in colder weather, 6 to 7 weeks may be required. Radishes grow best in full sunlight, sandy loams with a soil pH 6.5 to 7.0, but for late season crops, a clayey loam is ideal. Soils that bake dry and form a crust in dry weather are unsuitable and can impair germination. Harvesting periods can be extended by making repeat plantings, spaced a week or two apart. In warmer climates, radishes are normally planted in the autumn. The depth at which seeds are planted affects the size of the root, from 1 centimeters deep recommended for small radishes to 4 centimeters for larger radishes. During the growing period, the crop needs to be thinned and weeds controlled, and irrigation may be required. Radishes are a common garden crop in many parts of the world, and fast harvest cycles makes them particularly suitable for children's gardens. After harvesting, radishes can be stored without loss of quality for 2 to 3 days at room temperature and about 2 months at 0 degrees, with a relative humidity of 90 to 95%. Companion plant. Radishes can be used as companion plants for many other crops, probably because their pungent odor deters such insect pests as aphids, cucumber beetles, tomato hornworms, squash bugs, and ants. They can also function as a trap crop, luring insect pests away from the main crop. Cucumbers and radishes seem to thrive when grown in close association with each other, and radishes also grow well with chervil, lettuce, peas, and nasturtiums. However, they react adversely to growing in close association with high sop. Pests. As a fast growing plant, diseases are not generally a problem with radishes, but some insect pests can be a nuisance. The larvae of flea beetles live in the soil, but the adult beetles cause damage to the crop, biting small shot holes in the leaves, especially of seedlings. The Swede midge attacks the foliage and growing tip of the plant and causes distortion, multiple or no growing tips, and swollen or crinkled leaves and stems. The larvae of the cabbage root fly sometimes attack the roots. The foliage droops and becomes discolored and small, while maggots tunnel through the root, making it unattractive or inedible. Broadly speaking, radishes can be categorized into four main types according to the seasons when they are grown and a variety of shapes, lengths, colors, and sizes, such as red, pink, white, gray, black, or yellow radishes with round or elongated roots that can be grown longer than a parsnip. Here's a bunch of radishes. Look at all those. They look so good with their silly little rat tail roots there. They're fun. Spring or summer radishes, sometimes referred to as European radishes or spring radishes if they are planted in cooler weather. Summer radishes are generally small and have a relatively short 3 to 4 week cultivation time. The April cross is a giant white radish hybrid that bolts very slowly. Bunnytail is an heirloom variety from Italy where it is known as Rosso Tondo, a Piccola Punta Bianca. It is slightly oblong, mostly red with a white tip. Cherry Belle is a bright red-skinned round variety with a white interior. It is familiar in North American supermarkets. I have, oh, that's one I have right here, Cherry Belle. Nice. Champion is round and red-skinned like the Cherry Belle, but with slightly larger roots. Red King has a mild flavor with good resistance to clubroot, a problem that can arise from poor drainage. Sicily Giant is a large heirloom variety from Sicily. It can reach up to 5 centimeters in diameter. Snowbell is an all-white variety of radish similar in shape to the Cherry Belle. White Icicle is a white carrot. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. White icicle is a white carrot-shaped variety around 10 to 12 centimeters long, dating back to the 16th century. It slices easily and has better than average resistance to pithiness. French breakfast is, do I have that? No, I don't have any of the other ones. I have a white radish and a scarlet globe. Anyway, um, French breakfast is an elongated red-skinned radish with a white splash at the root end. It is typically slightly milder than other summer varieties, but it is among the quickest to turn pithy. I'm not sure what pithiness is, and that's an interesting word. Maybe someone in the chat knows what pithiness means. They don't have an option to click on that, or I just don't know how to use the internet. That could always be the case. Purple plum, a purple fuchsia radish, tends to stay crisp longer than average. Gala and Roodbol are two varieties of popular in the Netherlands in a breakfast dish, thinly sliced on buttered bread. Easter egg is not an actual variety, but a mix of varieties with different skin colors, typically including white, pink, red, and purple radishes, sold in markets or seed packets under the name. The seed mixes can extend harvesting duration from a single planting as different varieties may mature at different times. That's kind of fun. Winter varieties. The Black Spanish or Black Spanish round occur in both round and elongated forms and are sometimes simply called the black radish, or known by the French name Gros Nord de Hiver. I'm not French. It the I wish I like never mind. I'm just so American and I just can't speak other languages. I have a little bit of Spanish, but when the words are in Latin and French and whatnot, that's definitely not my strong reading capability right there. It dates in Europe to 1548 and was a common variety in England and France during the early 19th century. It has a rough black skin with hot flavor, white flesh, is round or irregularly pear-shaped, and grows around 10 centimeters in diameter. A daikon refers to a wide variety of winter oilseed radishes from Asia. While the Japanese name daikon has been adopted in English, it is also sometimes called the Japanese radish, Chinese radish, Oriental radish, or muli in India and South Asia. Daikon commonly have elongated white roots, although many varieties of daikon exist. One well-known variety is April Cross with smooth white roots. The New York Times describes Masato Red and Masato Green varieties as extremely long, well suited for fall planting and winter storage. The Sakurajima radish is a hot flavored variety which is typically grown to around 10 kilograms or 22 pounds, but which can grow to 30 kilograms, 66 pounds when left in the ground. That's an insane radish. That would be wild to see that. Korean radish, also called mu, is a variety of white radish with firm, crunchy texture. Although mu is also a generic term for radishes in Korean, as daikon is a generic term for radishes in Japanese, the word is usually used in its narrow sense, referring to Hoseon radish. In Korean cuisine context, the word Hoseon is often used in contrast to whey to distinguish Korean varieties from Japanese ones. The longer, thinner, and waterier Japanese daikon, cultivated mainly for damuju, is referred to as whey radish in Korea. Korean radishes are generally shorter, stouter, and sturdier than daikon and have pale green shade halfway down from the top. They also have stronger flavor, denser flesh, and softer leaves. The greens of Korean radishes are called museong and used as vegetables in various dishes. Okay, let's get on to how to cook it. Oh, here's a nice purple radish. Those look really good. It's really good for you to eat a wide variety of colors, and so it's cool when one food comes in so many different colors. It's awesome. Plants are really great. So cooking radishes. What can we do with a radish now that we have grown it? You put it in the dirt and you gave it a month to 6 weeks, depending on the weather, and now you have a radish. What can we do with it? The most commonly eaten portion is in the napiform taproot, although the entire plant is edible and the tops can be used as a leaf vegetable. This seed can also be sprouted and eaten raw in a similar way to a mung bean. That sounds good. The root of the radish is usually eaten raw, although tougher specimens can be steamed. The raw flesh has a crisp texture and a pungent peppery flavor caused by glucosinate. No, glu, glucosinolates and the enzyme myrosinase, which combined when chewed to form allyl cyanates, also present in mustard, horseradish, and wasabi. Radishes are mostly used in salads, but also appear in many European dishes. Radish leaves are sometimes used in recipes like potato soup or as a sautéed side dish. They are also found blended with fruit juices in some recipes. Well, that might be good if you do radish, beet, and then a bunch of berries and some apples. Do that as like a juice drink. That might be really good actually. Um, yeah, it's just so good to get so many different varieties of colors in your diets and get those nutrients in. And now I lost my place because I always get lost in thought tangents, but that's all good. Okay, recipes, there it is. In Mexican cuisine, sliced radishes are used in combination with shredded lettuce as garnish for traditional dishes such as tostadas, sopes, enchiladas, and pozole stew. In Indian cuisine, the seed pods are called mungra or mogri and can be used in many dishes. The seeds of radish can be pressed to extract radish seed oil. Wild radish seeds contain up to 48% oil, and while not suitable for human consumption, the oil is a potential source of biofuel. What? That's amazing. Wonder if you could power your tractor or your any of your diesel items with that. Like that's amazing. That's awesome. How cool. The daikon grows well in cool climates and apart from its industrial use can be used as a cover crop, grown to increase soil fertility. To scavenge nutrients, suppress weeds, help alleviate soil compaction, and prevent winter erosion of the soil. Radi, a spiral cut radish that is sprinkled with salt and occasionally chives and eaten with the fingers, is traditionally served with beer at the Bavarian Oktoberfest. I've always wanted to go to an Oktoberfest. I don't enjoy getting drunk, but I do enjoy trying fine crafted beer that someone made and with their hard effort and whatnot, and it's from like a secret village in the mountains where he grew these apples or whatever. I like to try beers like that, but yeah, Oktoberfest sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Eat some bratwurst and drink a homemade yummy beer. Yeah. The daikon varieties of radish are important parts of East, Southeast, and South Asian cuisine. In Japan and Korea, radish dolls are sometimes made as children's toys. Daikon is also one of the plants that make up the Japanese festival of seven herbs on the seventh day after the new year. Citizens of Oaxaca, Oaxaca, Mexico celebrate the Night of the Radishes on December 23rd as a part of Christmas celebrations. This folk art competition uses a large type of radish, up to 50 centimeters long and weighing up to 3 kilograms, or 6.6 pounds. Great skill and ingenuity are used to carve these into religious and popular figures, buildings, and other objects as they are displayed in the town square. That's interesting. Wish there was pictures of those. Um, okay, well that's cool. That looks like about the end of everything about radishes. We'll stop that, come back over here, and okay, still no live viewers, so nobody to chat with, no shout outs right now. No, shout out to a couple of friends, Sue One, Ted Summer, and Karen B, and Mark Sargent, and Patricia Steer. Shout out to everybody. Just, yeah. And I hope that you enjoy this at a later date and hope that you learn about radishes. I was pretty excited to learn about the fact that they can be used for biofuel. That's really interesting. But yeah, radishes are a great thing to plant right now because they are a very quick harvest thing. And so if you want to grow food right now, there's really no better time. It's coming into spring and summer here in North America, so there's just going to be more and more sunlight. So you can plant quite a few radishes in a pretty good sized pot, right out on your porch uh, um, if you don't have somewhere else to plant, or you don't have access to a garden. But if you do have any kind of yard, like, definitely tear up your your grass a little bit and plant some radishes and leafy greens and beets and carrots and broccoli, and those are all great things to plant right now. They're good cold weather kinds of things. But yeah, you can have your own food growing right in your yard. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed learning about radishes, and I hope that you tune in next week for my next plant. Please suggest anything that you would like to learn about. I have almost 200 packs of seeds, and so I like to just go through my packs and just pick one to talk about for the week. But if there's one that you specifically want to learn about, then leave me a comment below, and I would love to talk about that for you. So this has been Dottie, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe in the world. Bye. Love you.